I'm so excited to actually podcast today. However, I'm just going to show a yarn haul. So this is just really a yarn haul video rather than podcast video. But I'm excited to actually sit down and talk to the camera as opposed to my out and about stuff, which I do enjoy. But Moose is trying to cause trouble here today. Say hi, Moose. He wants love and affection. First, what I'm wearing, it's the Lule top by me. And now you turn the AC off. First, I am Gabie. This is Gabie's Knit Goodies, and welcome. And these are my two puppy dogs, Moose and Wookie. And Moose is very excited today. Okay, so again, I'm Gabie, Gabie's Knit Goodies. You can find me on Instagram and loveknitting.com and Ravelry. Gabie's Knit Goodies or Gabie's Goodies, depending on which one you're looking at. And today I'm sitting down with you guys and showing you a recent yarn haul that I made from my local yarn store. I should not have gone and bought a bunch of yarn, but I'm teaching a class on knitting this coming fall in my children's homeschool cooperative and for adults. So I had an extra person sign up just recently in the late registration time period, and so I needed a little bit of yarn for her. And I saw that on Instagram, of course. I saw that my local yarn store called Untangled Purls was having a semi-annual sale, and they even had like dollar bin yarns. So of course I had to go check it out. And as you probably know, when you go into a yarn store just to get a couple of items and there's a sale, you wind up with an entire haul. At least I do, evidently. So I am very excited about it, even though I spent more than I wanted to. But the dollar bin stuff is the stuff I think that I'm most thrilled about. So I'll start with that. They had Berroco Indio, I guess it's called, yarn. It's 100% linen, and it's a chain linen. Yeah. So here's the little tag. You can see that. And it had been marked down to $1 for a ball. And I got this nice little green color. And they had 4 of them. So I got 4 of them. I figure I can make a nice shawl, a nice summer shawl with this. And the color is very nice and kind of a neutrally green color. That's my dog's collar jingling. Or I could make a shirt like my Elizabeth Bennet linen tee. Might work. This might be a little thick for that. So it would make a thicker, not quite as airy tee if I did that particular design. Or I have a new design that is hopefully going to be out for testers very soon. That's a sleeveless linen top. And it's intended for a slightly thicker linen yarn. I use Knit Picks Held Double in it, but I think this yarn would work quite well. So I'm super excited about that. So this is only $4. How can you say no to that? I evidently can't. And then for my knitting class, oh, I'm missing a ball. I have one more ball to go get. For my knitting class, I saw these 2 in the dollar bin. This one doesn't actually have a tag other than to say it's Rae brand. It's very soft and it's just a very nice pink color. And then I think it's the same as this yarn, which just says Cozy Soft Chunky, but doesn't actually have a brand name on the tag. So I'm not sure. Look how bright and fun that is. And I know that some of the people in my yarn class, or my knitting class rather, really like the bright colors. So I thought these would make beautiful hats or mittens or whatever, cowls. They're very, very soft. So I think that'll work really well. Again, $1 a piece, can't go wrong. And then I got this one, which I really love this color. I think it's a very pretty color. It's kind of a camel, I guess, a yellowy camel color. This is Juniper Moon Farm, Findley DK, extra fine merino wool, and mulberry silk blend. It is extremely soft. And I mean, it's not a whole lot of yarn, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it as of yet. I don't know if it's focusing in on it or not, but it's 50% wool, 50% silk, super soft, and it was only $1. I can't not get that, right? So I got that. Okay, and then another thing I could not pass up. So a lot of the dollar bins items were just in there because there was only one of them. But these are both Berroco, what's it say? Mantra. And it's 100% silk, but it's the, what do they call it? The rough silk? What do they call that? Like the unrefined silk or whatever. Raw silk? I don't know, it's not like the shiny silk, which I actually prefer a yarn to look like this. It looks a little bit more like cotton, but it feels soft like silk. So it is 100% silk, but it's like that natural, I forget what the word is. I guess the raw silk. I think that's what it's called. I think it's raw silk. So I got one in this nice little blush pink color. 4410, I guess, is the color of it. And then black. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but black and pink go really well together. And let's see, how much is it? 182 yards per ball. It's 50-gram ball. $1 a piece. Now what I think is my real steal here is, okay, so there's this bag that had this kind of messy cake in it, and then just looked like a bunch of loose yarn in it that was the same stuff, and it was in a bag, and it was $1. And it's Rae Silk, so this is also 100% silk yarn, and I assume they're selling it for $1 because it was a mess. And I was like, you know what, Moose, stop shaking. I said, you know what, even if it's a mess and I can't untangle it, it's worth the risk for $1. So I take it home and I take it out of the bag, and it looks like it's kind of a skein and then this messy ball, and then I finally find the ends and it's two separate things. So there was like a skein that was just loose and then this messy ball. And I was able to unwind or to wind up the skein, and it wasn't that difficult at all. So I have an entire ball here of that Rae 100% silk, and I don't know if you can see all the speckles and stuff. I don't think this camera does the best at close-ups in the video. So it has like all these little specks, and it has a little bit of brown and purple and blues in there. Lots of little specks. And I'm working on winding this one up. So I think I got 2 full skeins of the Rae Silk for $1. That's insane, right? I don't know what I'm going to do with it as of yet, but I did start swatching. I think I'm using size 3 needles here. And try to show it at the best of my ability here with the way the light is. I have sunlight, and sometimes I think that's good and sometimes not. It's not bright sunlight, so it might be okay. Here's the back, pearl side. It may be washing it out a little bit, but it is muted, but it has kind of stripes of, it has like stripes of purple and kind of aqua and brownish. And I wouldn't really even say stripes, it's just little, it's kind of all mottled. I don't even know if that's the right word. It kind of blends together, but it is, when you look close, it has all kinds of different colors in it. I love it, and I'm just, can't be more thrilled the fact that I got both of these for $1. So cool. Okay. Now, I will be right back because I left one ball somewhere else, and then I'll show you what I splurged on. Okay, so the other thing I got for my knitting class, although I'm gonna have a hard time giving it up, but I plan to, is this. It's Berroco Sesame, and it's super cool because it fades kind of from one color to another, or I guess that would be called fading. And it reminds me of like a dyed-in-the-wool type of yarn, because like some strands are, you know, one color and then it mixes with another color. And then I guess it's called sesame because it has these little nubbins in it all throughout. So it's a little bit like a tweed, but they're actually like thread nubbins in there. Can you see that? I don't know if it's focusing all that well, but thread nubbins. Let's see. Anyways, it looks really cool. And I think that this would make a wonderful hat. It's very squishy and it's like a worsted weight, and it would provide a lot of interest when you're a beginner knitter and you are only doing stockinette stitch. So I think this will be perfect for my yarn class. And I got this one for $5, so it's not a dollar bin item, but still for $5, I think that's pretty good. Okay, and so the thing I really kind of splurged on that I probably maybe shouldn't have is the Berroco Nomad yarn that is wool and camel hair, extra fine merino wool and camel. It is super duper squishy, And I don't know if you guys have seen on one of my previous podcasts from this past winter, I guess it was, I got this stuff from Untangled Purls, again, my local yarn store, in a camel color. And I got all that they had because it was on sale again. And I could make a 3/4 length sleeve sweater, which I really like. However, it is so soft and squishy that I think it would be awesome to have like a sweater that comes like halfway down my palm and that I can just like squish up in, you know? So this was $5 for a ball, which it's, when I looked it up online to buy it, and I think the original price here is $21. When I looked it up online to buy it, it was $20 or so, maybe it was $21 to purchase it and ship it. So anyways, I bought all that they had. Yes, I really, even though I have a couple different shades, I really want like a big, cozy, comfy, like sit in front of the fireplace sweater. And these other ones came actually with patterns. So maybe I'll use one of the patterns, but right now I'm not planning to. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3. I have 4 that are in this gray color. So 4 that are all this same color, which is 9115. Yeah, 9115. And then I have 3 more, so that's 7 total. And 2 of these are lighter. Should take it out of the bag so you can see it. It's a lighter gray, but it's still gray, so I think that I could use it in the same sweater, maybe kind of color block it or stripe it. And then this last one I debated about. It has a little bit more brown in it than this gray here. And I figured I'll save that one kind of for last to use. Maybe I could do like hem and cuffs, like the bottom hem of my sweater and the cuffs in this if I need to make it longer. If I don't need to make it longer, I think I'll save it and just use it as a hat or something, because it's plenty of yarn for a hat. And of course it would make a super squishy hat. So these, I have 4 of the dark gray, 2 of this lighter gray, which is number 9111, 9 with 3 ones, and then 1 of this one that's slightly more brown, which is 9107. So those are my 3 colors, and it'll primarily be, this is the, I have 4, 2, and then 1 of this. So I think it would totally work as one sweater, all 3 of these. Yay. I'm excited about this. So they were only $5 a piece, which is a great deal, but that still adds up. 5 times 7 is 35. So still not bad at all, but it, you know, it's more than I was planning on spending when I went. So anyways, that is my yarn haul. Way more than I should have bought, but I got such good deals. I couldn't resist. Could not resist. Oh, I have one more thing. Have you heard of the Jewel like knitting closures? J-U-L. Yeah, J-U-L. They have a whole bunch of different types. This is just a button. It was on this clearance stuff too. And her stuff is made so you can just add it later to your garments. She has clasps for like sweaters, like cardigans, as well as like this button would work really well. You could use it in a cardigan, but it would work really well as a shawl, like a shawl pin. And so it just has like a little peg, and then it has a little leather like ring, like a washer, a little leather washer that slides on, and then you have a screw to hold the little leather washer on. So it's supposed to not really damage your knitting and be nice, and yeah. Anyway, so I got it for $2.99, and her stuff usually is pretty expensive. And I've been wanting to get something like this for a while, so I have it now. Anyways, that is all of my yarn. Maybe I'll take my camera and kind of pan over here so you can see it all together. And I hopefully will be back soon with a slightly more formal podcast where I talk about all of my knitting in detail and show it all in detail. In the meantime, I will continue to vlog because I can take little snippets of my life fairly easily, and then I just have to sit down and edit it, and I don't have to worry about what I look like when I do that. Although sometimes I record myself anyways. But anyways, let me show you my yarn all in one chunk. So this is it. So this and this, only $1 for the two. This one was that Berroco Sesame, which is super fun. But for $5, and then these were all $1. As were all of these, my silk, my linen, and this is all that Nomad, Berroco Nomad yarn. You might be able to see the color a little better right now with the light gray. This is the one I have the most of, and then the slightly more brown. But, yep, all of this lovely yarn just because I saw a sale on Instagram from my local yarn store. My sleeping puppy. Hi, Wookie. And my very much not sleeping puppy, who's been making all the noise during my podcast.